One of the things what I wanted to do as a producer of Rap City as well as b.i.g was address what I believe is very important in these times, is to address the audience and to address what's on the minds of a lot of the young people out there. When Tupac was actually killed, I had young kids calling me and crying. I had young kids writing me and telling how much it disturbed them and how they were affected by it. So I thought it was very important this evening that we kind of open up the nation and let a lot of young people out there give us a call. Let me give you the number here. The vibe line is 1-800-265-MUCH. There you go. As well, you can bounce us on the email. Here's the email. demix@muchmusic.com. Or you can...
People who hopefully can tell us who's involved in this murder. We're not overlooking the fact that whether it was a rival rep group or whatever, or narcotics-related, gang-related. We're looking...
Well, we just wanted to show you a quick clip from Live's performance on their last American tour, because this time out, they've scaled things down considerably.
The Savior's not singing in Romana's not breathing too.
Your last tour, you played huge venues, and you're playing fairly small venues for you. What's it like?
Well, we did it consciously, you know, because it's been a while since we were on tour. I mean, that tour was over in the summer of, the end of the summer of '95. And we're, you know, making a record and videos and that kind of thing where there isn't that interaction. And so the idea was that we would get back into places that, you know, there was an intimacy of connection there.
The wreck is fooling, so are we, Lord, of laughing gas.
The first 2 weeks of June, we're doing our first official cross-Canadian tour, headlining tour. And we just wanted to make that a major importance on this particular go-around. Because we've sort of come into Canada and done major cities, but we've never really actually gone from one end of it to the other.
We really feel like we need to rebond or something with the music and with people in an intimate sphere.
Speaking of bonding, I have a copy of Homespun here, and this is something that you guys put out for fans, to your fans. So totally. This is really cool. I mean, it's got everything you could possibly want to know about you.
And all you have to do is write to us, and you get one of these, and then you can subscribe to it after that. Yeah. But it keeps you up to date.
Of our travels in Canadian Music Week.
Nobody gets you closer to game than Foot Locker, where it all begins. We asked Canadians how they'd make the Great Canadian Club sandwich.
Well, you gotta start with cheese.
How about Black Diamond Canadian processed cheddar cheese?
I'm partial to turkey.
Delicious seasoned turkey.
I'm aching for bacon.
And 5 slices of genuine maple leaf Canadian back bacon. Introducing the incredible new Great Canadian Club Sub from Mr. Sub. Try one and you could win terrific prizes or cash for your local clubs. The Great Canadian Club Sub, only from Mr. Sub.
It's great to be Canadian, eh?
Listen carefully.
We're here to talk about boobs, okay? No! Why do guys like fake boobs? I don't understand that. Like, and they don't even know which ones are fake or not. Like, it's stupid. Like, I'm sick and tired of guys always saying, oh yeah, those boobs are, well, boobs aren't perfect. Like, I have boobs and they're not fake. And like, it drives me insane. Guys have to realize that boobs are compact and they're not perfect, okay? One may be smaller than the other, one may be bigger, whatever, it doesn't really matter. Pamela Anderson, okay, yeah, she's pretty, but she's fake. her boobs are fake, and so are her lips and everything. Yeah, she may be perfect, but she's not real.
She has a crappy life.
Yeah, exactly. Like, who wants to be married to that sucking face guy, whatever his name is? But anyways, just remember that boobs aren't everything, and silicone is just a waste of money. Just like get a padded bra or something. I mean, they look real anyways. Just realize that perfect boobs that are rounded and like, you know, shaped perfectly, they're fake.
Stand by for action.
Unbelievable sounds.
Right on.
The music, the movement, the message.
We're looking at witnesses who can give us an identification. We're talking to people who hopefully can tell us who's involved in this murder. We're not overlooking the fact of whether it was a rival rep group or whatever, or narcotics-related, gang-related.
Hey, so much, how y'all doing? Master T coming your way on a Wednesday evening right here on a special edition of The Mix. What you just checked out there was the latest reports from the LAPD concerning the death of Notorious b.i.g. It all took place on Sunday, on March the 9th, after a vibe party in LA. And as you know, Notorious b.i.g. was actually shot and killed, all right? And one of the things what I wanted to do as a producer of Rap City as well as The Mix was address what I believe is very important in these times, is to address the audience and to address what's on the minds of a lot of the young people out there. When Tupac was actually killed, I had young kids calling me and crying. I had young kids writing me and telling how much it disturbed them and how they were affected by it. So I thought it was very important this evening that we kind of open up the nation and let a lot of young people out there give us a call. Let me give you the number here. The vibe line is 1-800-26-MUCH, there you go. As well, you can bounce us on the email. Here's the email, demix@muchmusic.com, or you can fax us on the fax line, area code 416-591-MUCH. And what I've gathered here today, this evening, is actually a lot of the industry insiders right here out of Canada. We have some artists as well as people working for record companies that want to talk about not only the death of Notorious b.i.g., but also how this is going to affect the hip-hop community. We also have some phone calls as well. We have from somebody from b.i.g magazine, as well as Rap Pages magazine, and as well as Super Mario, who was a national promotions person for Bad Boy, who knew Notorious b.i.g. and promoted him to his status to where he was before he died. So give us a call. We want to definitely open up the lines, and we want to hear what you guys have to say tonight. But we can get out with a video courtesy of Notorious b.i.g. Here is Juicy on The Mix.
World, hear the music with the Sony Music Ultimate World Tour and Jamiroquai. Pushing the beat to new dimensions with their new album Traveling Without Moving, featuring the hit singles Cosmic Girl and Virtual Insanity. Look for the Ultimate World Tour sticker on Jamiroquai and other Sony Music CDs everywhere. The Ultimate World Tour, your chance to hear the music and see the world.
Hi, can I take your order?
Can I get a hamburger?
Will that be all?
Yeah, that's it.
Thanks. Come again. Can I take your order?
Cheeseburger? Fish.
All right.
Noxzema helps lift dirt, dissolve oil, and condition skin, leaving it noticeably healthy looking.
Look, if you're free tonight, maybe we can go to a movie.
I'm afraid I don't get off until 10.
Noxzema girls get noticed.
Much Music, Adidas and Athletes World want to put the world at your feet. You could win an extreme sports vacation for two with a Much Music crew to keep you company. It's the World at Your Feet contest. Go mountain biking in Spain, skateboarding and surfing at Venice Beach, canoeing or hiking on the Amazon, or even whitewater rafting in the Andes. Plus, we're handing out bonus prizes of $200 in Adidas stuff, given away weekdays on starting March 10th. Enter at your nearest Athletes World location, or send your vitals on a plain piece of paper to World at Your Feet, care of Much Music. Check out Adidas at Athletes World and put the world at your feet. Enter today. You could be on top of the world.
Now it's time for the harvest. Rascal Cash Crop. In stores now.
You actually spent some time behind bars and were involved in the drug game. Tell them what living that lifestyle was really like.
It had its ups and its downs, you know what I'm saying? I can't be the one to say it was all bad because it wasn't really all bad, but I guess just living an illegal life makes it all bad, you know what I'm saying? But I lost a lot of friends and I made a lot of money. So, it had, like I said, it had its ups and its downs, but it's nothing that I would want to be involved with again.
All right, that was Notorious B.I.G. when he actually came by and spun through at a concert day right here in Toronto, talking about his life and his music. But we have somebody on the email right now, so let's check out the email. The killing of Biggie Smalls has got me to thinking about what the hell is wrong with the hip-hop industry. Biggie was see, I'm moving there. Biggie maybe in some ways was a way of revenge for Shakur's death. Now I have read a lot about hip-hop, but I can't understand why everyone wants to kill everyone else. Everyone wake up and smell the year 1997. We need to start treating people as humans instead of villains. Put the Glock down and do something good. Peace. From Brad Humber, DJ Coos, host of The Bomb and BHS, nice plug. BHS Radio playing the hottest, latest, and fattest beats in R&B and hip-hop music. Thank you. All right, well, let's address that. Let's address that. Who wants to kind of deal with that? Mr. Big C.
Well, first off, I mean, it's just speculation whether or not Biggie was killed in retaliation of Tupac's death. Nobody knows why he was killed. And it's not a hip-hop issue. It's actually an issue of black-on-black crime. I'm even saying we don't even know if it was a black man who shot him or shot either of these gentlemen, but it's a violence issue. It's not a rap music or a rap industry issue. Right. Not at all.
Okay. Anyone else want to add to that? Okay, one of the things that bothers me, okay? All right, one thing that really bothers me is the fact that, okay, at the time, I loved Michael Jackson, the Jackson 5, doing the old, Afro thing, blah, 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 blah. Okay, Michael Jackson may change his nose and all the rest of his color of his skin, but the brother's still alive, right? And I don't have to look at him. When I was like 15, I don't know what I would have thought if I had found out that Michael Jackson was, killed by a drive-by or whatever. Kids now are like 14, 15 years old, 20 years old, who are watching their heroes being executed. So,
the main thing you got to get out of that is that because they're going through that and because you admire that person or look up to that person, does not translate into your reality. That's what they were living, and it doesn't make it good just because you admire them. You take the good and bad out of every situation and you make the most of it, and you got to learn from what happened to Biggie and what happened to Tupac and what happens to brothers and sisters and people every day in this world, and walk your path and choose your path accordingly. And do right by yourself and by the people around you. And it's like C said, I just gotta say again, this whole thing, it brings to light an issue that's much bigger than hip hop and music. It's life issues, and you gotta realize that, and not just, and for people outside the industry and just looking in on rap music, this is not what it's all about. It's not what it's all about.
Okay, now we have a call on the line. It's Super Mario from Bad Boy Entertainment. How you doing?
All right, how you?
All right, man. Thanks for joining us in this discussion. Now, one of the things, I guess, have you heard any latest reports in terms of the death of Biggie?
Nah, I mean it's been basically the same thing since it happened. You know,
right?
It's just a drive-by happened. You know, when we left the club late Saturday night, going on Sunday morning, and they have no clues.
All right. Now, one thing too is, I mean, you helped Biggie, essentially from ground level promote him to where he was.
Mm-hmm.
Now, and one of the things that I guess helped his promotion was that the fact that he laid down on music his life.
Yeah.
And, you know, some people have a real problem with the fact that, you know, a lot of these young people out there are trying to emulate the lifestyle. I mean, Biggie was just speaking, I guess, essentially from the heart, but some kids are actually taking it literally.
Yeah.
So what do you think about that? I mean, the whole thing. And plus, I mean, the fact that he lived, apparently, he talked about the gangsterism, and he died, essentially, like a gangster.
Yeah. All right, well, I think that's where parents and big brothers and teachers need to step in too, you know? Along with the music that the kids are listening to, they need other places where they get information from to help them, you know, really understand what they're listening to.
Right.
You know, they shouldn't just take whatever they hear and then, you know, just go ahead and be just like that rapper.
Right. Where does this leave Bad Boy Entertainment now? I mean, your biggest hip-hop artist has just been...
Yeah, all right, well, I mean, of course, we're hurting right now. We're not even thinking about business.
Right.
You know, I really don't care about who has the record, who's playing it, nothing like that right now. But, I mean, the biggest thing, we just got to keep moving after this. He wouldn't want us to quit. You know, Puff wouldn't want us to quit. Puff taught us a lot of things, you know, and the main thing, we got to help the boss be strong now, because he was there when it happened. He was, like, literally right there, you know?
Right.
And, you know, Big wasn't only just, like, our top rapper. He was, like, you know, Puff's best friend.
Right.
So before, you know, we think about all that business, money issue stuff, we you know, we're really trying to help the boss pull through, right. And he's not going to be the boss for a while.
Right.
And we got to show him that there's life, you know, after this. You know, we have new artists, we have things to do. You know, this is a time where we really have to pull together as the Bad Boy family and stand up and show people like, yeah, you know, we're going to keep, you think you didn't like us before, you're really not going to like us now, because we're just going to keep bringing the hits, and, you know, the only thing, we just got to keep it tight.
All right. Well, Super Mayor, definitely thanks for taking the time out to talk to us. I know you guys are going through a lot there, and I really appreciate you taking the time to talk to us, all right?
All right.
All right, take care, man. Peace.
All right. Bye-bye.
All right, right now we're going to bounce out for you on Notorious B.I.G. We got some Big Papa for you right here on Demix.
Hey, Sprint Canada unveils a revolutionary new savings plan.
From now on, you pay just 15 cents a minute.
15 cents a minute?
Any day, anytime, anywhere in Canada.
Question here. Are there any restrictions?
Like what?
Well, like the local phone company. Best prices only on weekends or in the evenings.
There are no restrictions. Just 15 cents a minute, any day, anytime, anywhere in Canada.
I get it. It's not a special promotion. It's all the time. Cool.
No more waiting to call. I've got a small business. That'd be great for me.
15 cents a minute, 24 hours a day.
Do Sprint Canada savings include overseas calls?
Yes, you get great by-the-minute rates to every country in the world.
Sounds good to me.
It's like freedom by the minute.
Finally, somebody's listening and making it simple.
It's like total long-distance freedom.
Get the most for the least. Call Sprint Canada now at 1-800-459-MOST.
Feel free to call anytime.
Warning, the following transmission will make you dance. Dance Nation. A collection of 17 of your favorite newest chart-topping club anthems.
Yours is a half step, but yours is a full climb. You're making me dizzy, pumping the junkies in my mind.
Mixed into a non-stop club fashion that'll move you. Dance Nation is your only dance music solution. Dance Nation is a collection of your favorite club hits. Dance Nation is the only mix to meet your fix. Dance Nation, brought to you by Universal Music and Luke DeLinda Productions. In stores now.
So, these are Scottie Pippen shoes, right?
Yeah, Nike Air Max Up-Tempo.
Man, has that guy got some moves.
What you say? Scotty sure seems to be the big threat tonight. There's the inbound pass. Can't find anybody. There's Pippen. He shoots. He scores! Oh, there's a nice move right there.
Wrap him up.
Nobody gets you closer to the game than Foot Locker, where it all begins.
Well, you know, when you choke guns all your life and then you get a record deal, it's kind of hard to break that habit. You know what I'm saying? Right. Until something may happen to you, like you going to jail or you catching a case or somebody trying to do something to you. I know some people that just can't leave their gun no matter how much money they got. It's just the way they was brought up. Right. And if that's all they know about, that's all they're going to rap about.
All right, so it's definitely Wednesday evening right here on Demix, and we are discussing the death of Notorious b.i.g, which happened last Sunday, and we've had some industry insiders. We're taking some phone calls, and speaking of phone calls, on the line right now we have Alan S. Gordon, managing editor of Rap Pages magazine in Los Angeles. How you doing, Alan?
Pretty good, pretty good.
Well, thanks for joining us this evening.
No problem.
One of the things that you actually point out is the fact that there hasn't been just 2 deaths of major hip-hop artists. You actually say that there's actually been a total of 7 murders in the last year.
Right, that's 7 in the last year and a quarter.
Right. So who are some of the artists, some of the people that maybe don't have the status of like a Notorious b.i.g. or a Tupac?
There's a Mr. C from the RBL Posse out of Richmond, California.
Right.
Seagram Miller on Rap-A-Lot Records out of Oakland, California. Big Stretch from the Live Squad, who was killed, the same day. Exactly a year after Tupac was shot in New York.
Right.
There's Yo Fu from Outlaw Immortals, who was killed 3 weeks after Tupac. And there's G Slim from New Orleans down with Mystical.
All right. Now,
that was just less than 3 weeks ago.
Okay. Now, what do you actually cite as the problem? Do you think this is like a gang-related thing?
Well, each of the rappers was involved in some activity, be it gangs or drugs, in their own, neighborhoods and territories and whatnot. And apparently they couldn't, separate themselves from, those peers that they had if they had a little status, or they couldn't separate from that type of employment, at all, period. And it's a shame, but I mean, some people bring their lifestyles into the hip hop industry with them.
You're the managing editor for Rap Pages. What is this actually saying for a lot of the young cats out there that are supposedly living and breathing and eating hip hop?
Basically, there's many labels that have been started with various drug financiers and what have you, which is not bad if they're turning their money into something good, and they leave the rah-rah and all the violence, at home, and just, finance a kid, let him do his thing, and you reap the benefits of it. But when you bring that with you into the industry, then you cause problems. You cause problems for the people like Tribe and the Fugees who don't indulge in that.
Right.
Because you bring all your baggage into hip-hop with it, and it all gets grouped together, even though it's a separate case.
Right.
You bring that baggage with you, and it causes too many problems, I've been talking to a lot of writers from different magazines, and it's time to pull a plug on that type of activity.
Right.
Not necessarily censorship, but if we're gonna, interview the rappers who, portray that type of lifestyle, and it's all rampant on their albums, then we've got to challenge them and not let them, not be their publicists and put out fluff pieces glorifying their image as well.
Okay. All right, Alan. I definitely want to thank you for joining us this evening in this discussion. All right.
No problem.
All right, man. Take care. Thank you. All right, now, what's your whole take? I mean, Mishi, you're in the obviously you're an artist. What do you feel about the whole situation?
I agree with the fact that what was elaborated more on Biggie was more that the fact that he was Biggie Smalls. I mean, we lost a brother, Christopher Wallace, first and foremost. I think a lot of times since he was involved in a lot of the street life situations, there was a time to separate that from the actual being Notorious b.i.g. from Christopher Wallace with X amount of charges. Right. I think there was a thin line. It was hard to exactly leave one out and bring it into the other. That was what was glorified in his videos, the party lifestyle. I didn't really take Biggie as per se a gangster rapper, but at the same time, he had that party swing, so people were listening to him. But I just think there was a line where artists do have to take responsibility for their lyrics and also what they put out in their videos. I mean, if you're gonna say whoever, and it was overexposed to me, to tell you the truth. And then after that, if you have your videos, if you're trying to contradict what they're exposing of you, and your video is consistent with what is being over-exaggerated of you, then you've got to take responsibility, whether it's in your lyrics or whether it's in your format of how you do your screenplay for your video. So it's a kind of give and take situation, but it's a sad way to lose a brother. I think that comes first and foremost.
All right, cool. All right, now are we taking a phone call? All right, we have a call on the line. How you doing?
All right, man.
Where are you calling from?
Whitby.
All right, what's your name?
Kurt.
Kurt? All right, what do you want to say tonight regarding Notorious b.i.g.?
Well, I like this. Basically, I think that what the problem is it is the Gambino lifestyle, the East Coast, West Coast rivalry stuff that's just got to, it's taking control of rap, and it's changing to something that it shouldn't be, and it's, when you come to a certain point, you know, all this talk and rattling on about who got more cheddar and whose posse's mad thick and all that, it's going to come into play into your actual, you know, confrontations with people. It's going to take it to the street, and it's going to become life or death situation, like happened with Tupac and what happened with Biggie Smalls. You know,
all right.
You got to get past that.
Okay, Kurt. Now let's just actually let's just take somebody on the floor. What do you think about it? I saw you shaking your head.
Well, I think people need to realize that they shouldn't confuse hip hop and some of the stuff that's been going on as far as the gangsta lifestyle. I mean, it's two separate entities, and I mean, people have been killed in music industry before, like John Lennon, Jackie Robinson. There was no comeback for that. You know what I'm saying? So, separate it, because it's two different issues.
All right, cool. All right, thanks for calling, Kurt. All right, right now we're going to check out another Notorious b.i.g. video. We're going to come back and still take your phone calls and open up the discussion to the floor. And right now we're going to play Notorious b.i.g. One More Chance on The Mix.
Test, check, test. 1, 2, 3, 4! It's good. I like that.
The legend continues. Dance Mix USA 97, the Canadian limited edition. One incredible disc. Delivering 16 of the most powerful grooves today. Jocelyn Enriquez, BKS, Forrest Luga, Thea McQueen, Lisa Marie Experience, Crush, and many more. It's pure dance stimulation. Dance Mix USA 97, the Canadian limited edition. From Quality Music, in stores everywhere.
Trident has changed. Wow! The taste is brighter, bolder, totally animated. And it's developing quite a following. The revolutionary new taste of Trident. It'll bring your mouth to life. Choo-choo! And who knows what else? He was a dreamer.
I've wanted to be a disc jockey since I was 7 years old.
Howard, don't touch! You're an idiot. Oh boy. Who became the king of all media.
We are gathered here today in praise of me.
And America's been paying the price ever since.
Howdy told you I was going to be a donkey.
Oh, yes.
Howard Stern. Private Parts.
You are the Antichrist! What's it like to be the parents of the devil?
Now playing in theaters everywhere.
Tuesday on Much Music, Luciano Pavarotti and a few of his closest friends gather together for a very special benefit concert.
I guess that's why they call it the blues.
Pavarotti and Friends for War Child, Tuesday on Much Music.
You know, you live, you die. You know, it's nothing. It's many of brothers who got killed just like Tupac. Where they names at? You know, we need to, that's what, like, if a brother have money and all that, then people care. You know what I mean? Or plus, why do everybody care now that he dead? Nobody cared when he was alive. You know what I mean? It's like, why we have to wait till people die?
All right, J. Wheeler Damage, you're talking about the death of Tupac Shakur. Now, on the line, we have Kevin Powell, who's a hip-hop journalist, written for all kinds of people, including the Vibe magazine. How you doing, Kevin?
All right, how you doing?
All right, man, and I know you've been listening to, it's a part of the discussion this evening.
Right.
And what's your take? What do you actually want to add to this discussion this evening about the Tupac?
Well, I mean, I've done a lot of interviews this week, as you can imagine, and same thing when Tupac was killed 6 months ago. And one thing that I keep stressing is that we cannot talk about rap music or talk about this East Coast, West Coast, or whatever it is without talking about the conditions that exist in Black America, specifically urban America, you know, that created rap music in the first place. that's very real. I mean, those conditions are what led to Tupac being killed and what led to Biggie Smalls being killed, and that's very, very important for people to understand inside and outside of the rap industry, you know.
Right. But this is going to open the floodgates. I mean, Dolores, she's typing already, babe. Like, Dolores is ready to, you know, to talk about, you know, the fact that hip-hop is, you know, is messing up the young generation.
Well, I mean, that's an ignorant statement, because that would be like someone saying that Kurt Cobain of Nirvana committed suicide, so that means that all white kids around the country are now going to commit suicide, or rock music is the reason why kids are, you know, joining cults or taking heroin in large dosages in America. It's not the music. Music is merely a reflection of where people are at. That's the reality. Music doesn't create the violence. The violence came from somewhere else. I mean, we're talking about a community that has been inundated with guns and crack cocaine over the last 10, 15 years, and it's becoming crazier and crazier and violent, more violent than ever, and it's being reflected in the music. That's the reality.
All right. A very good
point. I come from the community, so I know that for a fact.
All right, that's a good point. Now, what about solutions? Where do we take it from here?
Well, we've got to engage the youth. I mean, part of the problem, again, is that a lot of so-called adults have no connection to young people in the hip-hop community, and that's a big thing. I'm talking about leadership, you know, be it political leadership, religious leadership, whatever. You know, that's a big problem. In the absence of that, a lot of these kids are going to, you know, follow what rappers say and do, or think that this is the only way to live their lives, and because they're not being really presented with any kind of alternatives or any other possibilities, and that's real. There's a serious generation gap in America, and I'm sure it ain't that much different up there in Toronto.
Oh, for sure. Actually, there's an article, I just picked it up on the current Newsweek.
That's exactly what I'm alluding to, because I just read that article.
Yeah.
It hit it right on the head. You have a serious generation gap between kids and the so-called Generation X, or the hip-hop generation, and our parents, and part of it is there's no good dialogue, and so you have a whole generation of kids who are just kind of finding their way on their own, and there's a lot of confusion out there, and that's why people are dead or committing suicide or being shot or whatever. It's crazy.
All right. Well, Kevin, thanks for joining us this evening, all right?
Thank you.
All right, keep up the good work, man.
Yep.
All right. We have an email. And let's ask you. Oh. All right, so another loss to hip-hop. What's up, T? I'm mailing you my thoughts about b.i.g's death. I feel that it's lost to many in the hip-hop community. Even though I didn't like the message that his music gave to the young cats in the community, I'm tired of the negative message that rap is given to youth of today. I hope that many artists learn to watch what they say on record, because their words affect many people. Peace, Kenyatta from Sault Ste. Marie. Well, that's definitely something we have to address. I mean, like, a lot of people are talking about the fact that if you're an artist, you should be responsible for what you're laying down.
Well, the first thing I would like to say, I think it's sad that Biggie is a young individual changing his life around. Not exactly changing his life around, but trying to do his thing, making money now. He has kids, 2 kids. This is a father dead now, has 2 kids. And it's sad that artists now, when you're doing your music, you have to watch what you say. In rock music, I can see many artists that get the freedom of expression. Hip-hop now, we have to watch what we say. I think all artists should be free to say what they have to say, what's on their mind, the way they live. It's an expression. People should learn how to listen to music the way we watch movies.
I'm agreeing with you, but I mean, the fact that some of the stuff they're talking about, it's acting out. I mean, the fact that, you know, like Tupac was, as far as I'm concerned, executed. Same thing with Biggie. I mean, so that's, I think, where some of the issues are starting to hit.
Well, I don't know. Expressing yourself is very important. I don't think you would really want to stop that. To listen to what each artist is saying, you'll learn from that.
Right.
And that's what we have to start doing, learning how to listen to hip-hop. If I watch a movie and, you know, someone's going out there shooting up somebody, whatever, I could all be hyped about the movie and everything, but it doesn't mean that I'm going to go out there and do the exact same thing.
Right.
You know, that's just, it's a form of expression, hip-hop.
All right. Well, you want to say anything?
Oh, I agree. I think that it's too bad that people are saying it's too bad about Tupac because he was good looking and he had so much going for him, you know what I mean? But it's another thing people have to realize. He was a young guy. He wasn't like a 40-year-old man who had already made all his decisions about life. He was very young and he had kids, and it's too bad that he's gone. And I don't think it's right to say you live by the sword, you die by the sword, you know what I mean? Because there's something I was reading from Nikki Giovanni, and she said if everyone who lived by the sword died by the sword, Columbus and all of those people and a lot of Europeans would be dead. Maybe he didn't, we understand why he died and we're not surprised, but I don't think he deserved to die because of the kind of music that he made.
All right, cool. All right, we're going to check out another video. We're going to check out 112 featuring Notorious b.i.g. Only You, right here on The Mix. We'll be back with more.
Man, I know I can do better than this. I gotta get me a car, man. I gotta get a girl. I know I can do it out there.
Muggs
presents The Soul Assassins, Chapter 1. Featuring new tracks by Mobb Deep, KRS-One, The Genius, Goody Mob, Be Real, Dr. Dre, MC8, Wycliffe from the Fugees, and Cypress Hill. Album in stores now.
See the world, hear the music with the Ultimate World Tour. Just look for the Ultimate World Tour sticker on Sony Music CDs everywhere.
Bubblicious. The bubblegum of the NBA.
Much music, Adidas and Athletes World want to put the world at your feet. You could win an extreme sports vacation for two with a Much Music crew to keep you company. It's the World at Your Feet contest. Go mountain biking in Spain, skateboarding and surfing at Venice Beach, canoeing or hiking on the Amazon, or even whitewater rafting in the Andes. Plus, we're handing out bonus prizes of $200 in Adidas stuff, given away weekdays on Much starting March 10th. Enter at your nearest Athletes World location, or send your vitals on a plain piece of paper to World at Your Feet, care of Much Music. Check out Adidas and Athletes World and put the world at your feet. Enter today. You could be on top of the world.
Who the f*** we think this is? This the Rascal Red One, baddest in this rap biz.
Seed has been planted. Now it's time for the harvest. Rascals, Cash Crop, in stores now.
All right, soulmates, we are back here on DeMix, and it's a very special edition of DeMix because we are talking about the death of Notorious b.i.g. Solutions, what we can do to actually change things and just shed some light on what actually happened last week. All right, we have a question in the house. All right, go ahead.
I think it's very, very important when an event like this happens. It draws a lot of media attention to the hip-hop community. And the way that the story is told will help shape other people's perceptions of the hip-hop community. When you see this story being told, the footage that's being used, you see the crime scene, then you see cuts to, Biggie being put in the back of a police car with his, in handcuffs. You don't see shots of him accepting an award or him with his family. You see relatively negative, negative footage. You see footage of the Tupac scene as well. Immediately, people that are just on the perimeter, just getting a bit of that news story, are coming up and asking people, saying, "Oh, I hear this is a big Tupac conspiracy, Ray," just because of the actual footage has been laid down in the media. And I think that it's a very delicate way that this story has to be told. They're making their perceptions of hip hop based on these big stories that break.
All right, cool. All right, thanks for that. All right, we have a caller on the line. Hi, what's up? Hello?
Hello?
Hi, where are you calling from?
How you doing? I'm calling from New York, Long Island.
All right, hey, Matt, how you doing, man?
Pretty good.
All right, so how old are you, Matt?
I'm 22.
So you're 22 years old. All right. Now, according to Newsweek, this article is addressing you, all right? And because it's rap, is it Black Like Who, Rap, Respect, and the new generation gap. Do you feel you have like a generation gap in terms of, the way what you listen to, the way you live the hip-hop culture, in terms of the generation, in terms of your parents?
Things change, You can see the kids walking around the street. Everybody's influenced by the hip-hop nation, They wear the baggy clothes, the jeans. Everybody's blasting in their cars. They're playing the rap music and everything. Right. It's just a damn shame that Biggie would happen,
Right.
It's going to be truly a mess, Me and my sister, one time we came back from Baltimore on a vacation. We saw Biggie at LaGuardia Airport. We went right up to him, gave us your autograph, no problem. He said, "What's up?"
So how has his death hit you? How has it affected you? When you first heard about it, how did it hit you?
You just get sick and tired of hearing this stuff, you know what I mean?
Right.
And then the media blows it up and everything. Look what they did to Richard Jewell at the Olympic Park bombing. They ruined the guy's life.
Right. Right. All right, Matt. Thanks a lot, man.
All right.
All right, you take care. All right, do you have a point?
Yeah, I would just like to say, a lot of people focus on the bad message that, hip-hop brings, but no one really focuses on the good message that it brings. Like, for example, Tupac's song, Keep Your Head Up, he's talking about, overcome whatever the society labels you as, try and be something better than what, they already think, the music is showing. They got to focus on, there's always a good side.
All right, cool. We got like a minute left. Who has a point? Your point?
I personally want to agree with the media thing. It's things like this where you take the time to have a forum where people can view the positive side of hip-hop, whereas other media, like Russ was saying, will blow up the negative sides of things, and that's giving a very bad perception of hip-hop. It already has a bad perception in a lot of mainstream North America's eyes anyway, and we don't need things like this blowing it up even more.
Okay, anyone else have a point on this side?
Yeah, it's like I was saying earlier, it's like, you know, everybody knows Biggie as now according to the media, the ex-crack dealer, the ex-drug dealer. It's like, you talk about Elvis, you talk about him as being the king of rock and roll. You don't talk about him as being ex-drug addict who died on his own vomit in his bathroom. Nobody remembers Elvis like that. So why must we remember Biggie as an ex-crack dealer? I don't understand.
Not only Biggie, but like Tupac and a lot of other rap artists that have fallen. They always get the negative attention. I find that the media, they feed on that and they fuel the fire to that. You know, and the positive, you don't get to see him like spending the time, like someone said, with his family, accepting awards, doing things for his community, you know what I mean?
All right, cool. All right, well, thank you. You know what? I want to thank you all for stopping by. I want to thank all the callers. I mean, we just probably touched on a very small part of a big issue. And we're definitely going to try to bounce out shows like this, dealing with the problems or things that definitely affect the hip-hop community. Because one thing I really do believe in is addressing what the young cats out there have to say. Because we have to listen as adults. We have to listen to what they're saying. Because as we know, they are the next generation, all right? So thank you for locking it into DMX this evening. And y'all take care and peace. Thank you. Yo. Thank you, baby. The Mix Guide is brought to you by Beat Factory Music.
Take it to the break of dawn, baby. Just me and the crew. Take it to the break of dawn, baby. Just me and the crew. Take it to the break of dawn, baby.
Much Music and Health Canada want to know what you think about smoking. Now, we don't want to hear some preachy lines that no one's going to listen to.
Here are the thrill seekers, corrupt and immoral.
Booga booga, don't smoke! We want to hear from young people like you, because we think you've got what it takes to tell it like it is about smoking. Call 1-888-246-3338 and give us your thoughts on smoking. You'll have 20 seconds. Now, this is what we're looking for. Messages that anyone who is thinking of smoking will listen to, like why you never started or why it's so hard to stop. A panel of teen judges will choose 2 winners from each region who will win a trip to Vancouver and get to give their winning message in a special Health Canada commercial, which will air on Much Music or in movie screens across the country. So give us your best take on smoking. Watch Much Music, visit CD Source at the Future Shop, or visit your local Cineplex Odeon or Empire Theaters for details.
Their power to overwhelm and destroy.
Go ahead, make a difference, and give us your best take on smoking today.
Hey, get this. Switched on, in your face. It's a great place. I'm talking crunch and cookie here. Oh, yeah. I'm talking chewing, kicking caramel. Oh, baby, smooth me out. Twix. How do you spell it? T-W-I-X. Twix. Believe it. Crunching, chewing, kicking Twix. Want a bite? Twix. It kicks.
Putting it in industrial terms, what we do is instead of bringing the shot to the machinery, we bring the machinery to the shop.